Cable Bahamas has always been considered the innovator.
People can have confidence in Cable Bahamas as a mobile operator because of our past history. We've proven to the Bahamian community that we are in fact able to manage additional services as a telecommunications company.
Customers expect the best from Cable Bahamas.
The technology that we bring is revolutionary technology because we know that the Bahamian public, they deserve it, and Cable Bahamas is here to bring it to them.
We are ready. Turn us on.
The House Speaker shuts down a PAC probe. The Ministry of Tourism's website hacked. The Deputy Prime Minister sheds light on the BEC reform process, plus why BTC workers protested outside company headquarters today. We've got those stories and a whole lot more tonight. I'm Monique Toot and NB12 starts now. Tonight, Public Accounts Committee Chairman Hubert Chipman says the PAC has essentially been rendered useless following the Speaker's decision to put a parliamentary probe into the Urban Renewal Small Home Repairs Program on hold. House Speaker Dr. Kendall Major made the announcement in the House of Assembly this morning and asked the PAC to stay its hand on an investigation into the findings of a controversial audit until that document is laid before the House. Dana Smith reports.
East Grand Bahama MP Peter Turnquest said the Speaker's ruling effectively neuters the powers of the Public Accounts Committee, calling it another nail in the coffin of democracy. St. Anne's MP Hubert Chipman said he was shocked and taken aback by the Speaker's ruling, which he said ties the hands of the PAC.
I think it interferes with what we thought, and I thought, and my committee thought was the role of the Public Accounts Committee. We are restricted at this particular time as to what we can look at or who we can talk to.
The only power that the people of the Bahamas has to hold the government accountable, to ensure that the resources of the people are spent in ways that are transparent and in accordance with the budget, is for the Public Accounts Committee to be able to exercise its powers, its responsibilities unfettered, without interference and without favor. That power today appears to have been taken away from the Public Accounts Committee. Unprecedented.
In the House of Assembly this morning, House Speaker Dr. Kendall Major effectively stopped the Public Accounts Committee's investigation into urban renewal, directing the committee to stay its hand regarding further inquiries into that controversial audit until the House decides how it intends to proceed. Major explained because the audit was never tabled in Parliament, the PAC cannot take cognizance of it, nor exercise any of its investigative powers in respect of it. It also cannot summon for persons, papers, or records regarding that audit. And taking note the audit was leaked to the press weeks ago and is now in the public domain, Major urged the relevant ministers to, in due course and without delay, bring audits to Parliament so they can be tabled and the PAC can be empowered to do its work. The opposition PAC members, however, expressed doubts government will table the urban renewal audit anytime soon.
The Speaker is encouraging them. Now, whether that happens is another story, or when it happens is another story.
I think it's disingenuous. I think it is a threat to our democracy. It certainly hinders the transparency in government activity and the right of the Bahamian people to know. And I think it is a very, very sad day in our democracy.
PAC Chairman Hubert Chipman added he will be seeking his own legal opinion concerning the Speaker's ruling, and the PAC will continue with its scheduled meetings. We caught up with Dr. Major just before the PAC's press conference. When asked if he felt his order was tying the hands of the PAC, he agreed the perception may be there, but that's not the case.
I would say it may appear to be, but probably it's worth taking the time to do things properly so that the results can be authentic. And I think in a situation like this, it became clear through my research and my investigations that there were some procedural challenges and protocols were not followed. And as a result of it, we were faced with a situation where an untabled document is now in the public domain, and it is now out of the view of privilege.
Dr. Major said the document failed in the procedural steps, and it's time to backtrack and correct that. He added, in making his decision, he made no new laws or rulings, explaining his judgment is based on personal research of former rulings here in the Bahamas and other jurisdictions. He said, quote, the institutional precedent is there. Major explained he understands the disappointment of the PAC and its chairman, but rules are rules.
The chairman was certainly disappointed, and I quite understand that because the chairman had already started his work. And so I understand his disappointment. But from my position, it was important that I allow the due process and natural justice to follow and look at what the intent of the Public Accounts Committee within the purview of a parliament. When you look at the law, when you look at the rules, and you look at our Constitution, clearly the Public Accounts Committee ought to be working within a framework. And if everybody do their jobs and the minister responsible tables the document in a timely fashion, then the system will work.
The audit into Urban Renewal's small home repairs program sparked a firestorm of controversy after it found, among other things, 11 contractors were paid $171,000 for work that was either incomplete or never done. The audit also made note of a number of other issues relating to the issuing of contracts, contractor requirement, and other things. The PAC had asked Auditor General Terrence Bastian to audit the small homes repair program as part of its probe into urban renewal. Reporting for NB12, I'm Dana Smith.
The Ministry of Tourism's website has been hacked, according to Prime Minister Perry Christie, who says the matter has enormous national security implications for the Bahamas. Christie made the revelation in the House of Assembly this afternoon and told parliamentarians that members of his cabinet would meet this afternoon to review this issue and its implications. Acting Commissioner of Police Emric Seymour confirmed to NB12 that police have launched an investigation into the alleged hacking of tourism's website and added that police officers visited the ministry located in the British Colonial Hilton Hotel today.
We have been informed by the Minister of Tourism that the website of the Ministry of Tourism has been hacked, and it has enormous national security implications, and that it is a matter that the government, recognizing that it has happened elsewhere in the Caribbean with enormous national security implications, will in fact retire to discuss the matter, review it with respect to the implications to the reputation and any other matters that are connected thereto of the country.
It is unclear when officials discovered that the website had been hacked or who hacked it. Tourism Minister Obi Wilchcombe was not at the House of Assembly today. Free National Movement Deputy Leader Peter Turnquest said the alleged hacking raises larger concerns about the vulnerability of other government websites, adding that they may also be at risk. When NB12 visited the website www.bahamas.com today, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. St. Vincent and the Grenadines government's website was hacked earlier this month, according to Caribbean News reports. In other news, government will table legislation to appoint a completely new board of directors at the Bahamas Electricity Corporation once it has finished working out contract details with Power Secure, the company selected to take over BEC's management. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Works Philip Davis confirmed in the House of Assembly today the legislation is forthcoming, but there are still a few things that need to be done first.
At the satisfaction of these requirements, government will table legislation to establish a new BEC, transferring the operating assets and certain liabilities from the existing BEC to this new company. That legislation will establish a completely new and non-partisan board to oversee the management contract and operation of the new BEC.
Davis said selecting Power Secure to take over BEC's management was just the first step in BEC's restructuring process, and a transition committee will now be established to assist in finalizing the plan.
The selection of the new manager is the primary step in the overall restructuring of BEC and reform of the energy sector. We have now turned our attention to the next steps, which include the finalization of the management contract with Power Secure. At the same time, we are in the process of establishing a transition committee as per the agreement. This committee will consist of well-versed business and technical persons. The business plan will be a contractual document once approved by the board of the new BEC, and the quantum of the management fees will be tied to meeting the targets set out in this business plan.
Davis said the company selected to take over management at BEC plans to assist in addressing the significant legacy liabilities of BEC, which total more than $450 million and include bank debt and bonds, overdue payables, and a deficit pension plan. He says a reform task force will work in that regard.
The task force is also in the process of considering and recommending on several robust proposals submitted by world-class banks to raise monies by way of a rate reduction bond to retire the legacy debt. In the near future, we also expect to enter into a rate reduction bond mandate with a preferred bank for the refinancing of the legacy liabilities without a government guarantee, as well as providing monies for the working capital and other needs of the new fees.
Employees of the Bahamas Telecommunications Company protested outside BTC headquarters today to express their frustration with management. Simone Davis reports.
Bind us together, Lord, bind us together, Lord, bind us together with love. There is only one God.
Union officials are calling on the Prime Minister and the government to push BTC CEO Leon Williams to negotiate a fair industrial agreement for the BTC staff. BCPOU Secretary General Dino Roll said the union has exhausted all measures to share their concerns with management at BTC and have yet to get the attention and respect they deserve. He said recent action the company has taken has left the staff uncertain of their future. He added that the staff was told that increments would not be a part of the industrial agreement, which he thinks is heartless.
Every company, every union have enshrined in their industrial agreement a performance management system where staff are, based on their performance, are paid an increment. BTC has decided that moving forward, that increments would not be a part of our industrial agreement.
He said staff members were told that the company is not prepared to increase the baseline salary. However, he said it's insulting that the company was able to sponsor major events like the IAAF World Relays and Bahamas Junkanoo Carnival, but has yet to distribute fair compensation packages to their employees that were negotiated before the company was sold to Cable and Wireless.
Prior to the sale of BTC, and even subsequent to the sale, we have sat around the table and we have negotiated fair compensation packages for the members here at BTC. We know that times has changed, and so we expect and be reasonable people as a union. And so we expect at the end of the day, if management is saying that they could sponsor everything, every pigeon flight, BTC is prepared to sponsor and paint every place in this country blue, then we expect management to be fair to its employees and sponsor us.
The Secretary General said the union's last resort is to reach out to the leader of the country to intervene.
As shareholders, the Prime Minister, the Honorable Perry Christie, represents 49 or 51, I don't know where it is right now, but he represents a major share in BTC on behalf of the government of Bahamas. And so the Prime Minister ought to intervene. The Prime Minister must know. BTC has already, in the last week, we've federalized this whole country during Carnival. And the Prime Minister seemed to have had a jolly good time. And so it is time now for him to step in and do what is right for the people of BTC.
Last month, BTC's voluntary separation exercise did not go as planned when the company wanted to begin redundancies. As of now, Roll revealed that there is still no word on the impending layoffs, and the employees have no idea who will stay and who will go. Reporting for NB12, I'm Simone Davis.